to the news cycle. And to help me this morning to go right into it, we have online stories, we have our papers and all that. To help me to go through that is Apioko Abe. She's joined me on the set this morning, and we're going to get right into it. Abe.
Hi, David.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. Et vous?
Ah, ça va bien.
Yeah.
Pas mal.
Good.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of my French for today. Yeah, that's it for today. All right, so the news cycle has a lot.
It does.
Yes, there's a lot that's going on.
It's packed this morning. This week.
Yes, this week has been
very
heavy.
Packed.
It's been very heavy. From different things. There's security issues. There's and security issues are at different fronts. So you have the Boko kind of security issues. You have the Galamsey kind of security issues. And then you have this raid on the BoG, former BoG's residence. I don't understand what's going on there.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of things going on. Yeah, but
it's actually. As the Gen Zs would say, it's messing with my mental health.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, well, you want to start with the daily graphic?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Right on the front, the big story here. Government revokes small-scale mining licenses. Action affects permits issued after December 7th. Maybe we can get into that story later. Labor Ministry and YEA, that's a youth employment agency, launch work abroad program.
Okay.
And that's on page 13 of the Daily Graphic as well. Transport Ministry inaugurates committee to review Okada operations. And I think that's been a big conversation over the last decade.
Yeah, at least 10 years.
Yeah, at least 10 years, right? So page 13 has more about that in the Daily Graphic. MPA boss vows to flush out illegal fuel traders. And that's on page 16 of the Daily Graphic.
Yeah.
And then on the back page here, Golden Star Wasa Limited hands over projects to 9 communities. And I love feel-good stories like this, where companies are just giving back to communities. And then here as well, another big thing that's been going on the papers, Medina District Court remands suspect in Ahmed Swale's murder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot that's happening over there. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times, and on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, war on Galamsey intensifies. 60 excavators seized. Small-scale mining licenses issued after December 7th revoked, and this is coming from the minister in the space. Now, I was doing a bit of reading this morning, and I found out that one excavator minimum price, this is like the no bells and whistles, it's just bare minimum excavator is $200,000 US. Now if it comes fully loaded,
all the specs,
everything is there, it can be up to 1.5 million.
Yeah. I mean, it's a vehicle.
Yeah.
Before it's a machine.
Yeah.
And this is,
crazy.
Even just think about what muscle cars cost. So your V8s, those kinds of vehicles, the muscle that they have, the capacity that the engines have, and look at the costs that come with them.
That comes with them,
And then look at something that's twice that size or 3 times
many more
that
times
size.
that size,
And all the things that it can do, the loads it can carry, the big boulders it can push, the digging it can do. Those things don't come cheap. It's a lot of mechanical energy all boiled into one, big machine. So they are expensive.
Goodness gracious.
And that's how you know that in a lot of cases, there aren't individuals who own just one. It's a whole business model. It's a whole business model. People are reaching out to people and saying, hey, Charlie, some investment pile. If you bring some, 50K, you can also get some of the spoils when we get to the end of the tunnel.
Charlie.
So the big fish are there, but it's a whole cabal all the way down to the base.
Yeah. Well, I like where we're going for so far. I hope it's not a 9-day wonder, as it were, proverbially. I hope it's something that is a sustained fight. Well, right now, I know that out of the 9 forest reserves that were no-go areas, they've taken back 7. So that's really good. And I kudos to them, the minister and all the people that are working with him. I really do pray
Yeah,
that.
I know it won't be easy because these are tough decisions to take, tough actions to carry out. But.
Yeah, and there will be the people who are against you all the way.
Oh, all the time.
Every day. So, yeah, kudos to them. Minister outlines measures to improve water supply. We have let's court determine allegations against SML, Professor Buedi, and we have MPA boss vows to flush out illegal fuel traders. So we have illegal miners, we have illegal fuel traders. Oh gosh, Ghana and its illegalities.
It's illegal everything.
I'm telling you.
Illegal everything. Some.
Yeah, and then on the back page we have. A Jumara program targets 10,000 youth. Okay, and of course we know that Ghana youth is a very loosely used term.
Why are you saying that?
Because 50-year-olds call themselves youth. we the youth. They say we the youth. So you can be 50, then you say you are youth. Then when you are 50, you're still calling yourself, you say we the youth.
I know, but in Ghana, 35.
Yeah, it should be the end. Yes.
UN figures will give you 24, but of course, in our part of the world, there's so many things that don't allow young people by 24 years of age to be fully functional on their own as adults, self-sufficient. In fact, many 24-year-olds are now finishing university if they do tertiary at all. So, in Ghana, because of our peculiar social circumstances, youth would be officially
up to 35. Yeah. All right, so that's what we have for the Daily Ghanaian Times.
All right, we have the Chronicle here. All post-December 7 small-scale licenses revoked. So that story is going to be making around the mill, I'm sure, for some days. MPP has made Ghanaians poorer, says Eric Opoku.
Wow.
I don't know what he's basing that on, but that's what he's saying. Ahmed Swale's killing, why Owusu Kranting has been charged. And that story is a big one in the Chronicle on pages 2 and 3. Here as well, Ahanta Himakrum chief pleads with government for health facilities. Page 5. We're still pleading for health facilities in 2025.
Something that's all right. Everybody should have access.
And this is not a remote place like that, right? And your favorite.
Yes, please, the scripture.
The scripture. Luke 8:17. For nothing is hidden that will not become evident, nor anything secret that will not be known and come to light. This is the word of the Lord.
Of the Lord. Amen. Chronicle has done it again. The Daily Guide says IGP Yohunu reconstitutes police board. Okay. We have government revokes small-scale mining licenses. We have Ahmed Swale murder. Court remands suspect. And we have Anas wins $18 million defamation suit against Kennedy Japan in the U.S. And we have one of Anas's many iterations of his facial disposition.
One of its many
iterations of his facial disposition. And then NACOC arrests Nigerian, over $2.1 million drug seizure. Okay, so that's it for the Daily Guide.
Okay, there's a New Republic here. Ghana, Sierra Leone strengthened bilateral ties on page 4 of that newspaper. Ghana airport employees call for removal of MD. And they have that on page 7. Ghana's judicial system under fire as Anas triumphs in U.S. Page 7 of the New Republic. And then there's a big one here. Frema hot. This is the headline. Frema hot over Tiwa's chop chop. So they're talking about the former chief of staff. And, of course, Mami Tiwa, who has also been given an appointment just as of yesterday.
So she was appointed, or let me say, appointed by the new IGP as research and planning, head of research and planning
for the Ghana
Police. And then a few minutes later, that was rescinded and a new...
I don't know. And they have some shots here. They're not very clear, but you can see that one one memo is coming from the Economic and Organized Crime Office,
Okay.
IOCO.
Okay.
There's one Office of the President. I
Yeah.
mean, lots of interesting things. So I'm sure if that story is true, we will be hearing more
But
about
I mean, when
it.
I hear Mami Tiwa's name, I only think about the Takrady saga.
So do I.
Yeah, that's all that's on my mind. Takrady girl saga.
But anyway.
Yeah, we are here. Okay. Daybreak is my last paper. Let me touch,
All right.
touch on it
Break
briefly.
for the day.
Yeah, breaking of the day. Jakpa raids ex-BoG governor's home. COPT were reassigned to Interior Ministry. Scrap Special Delegates Conference, UP Tradition Institute to MPP. MPP to suspend Che Mensa Bonsu over Ashanti Region election report is a question being asked. MPA boss vows to flush out illegal fuel traders. And that story is again here. All right, so that's what we have for the various printed papers. Let me just quickly take you online, and then we'll come back and delve into some details. All right, so let's go to the online portals we have. That's ChannelOneNews.com. Afenyomakin visits former BoG governor after home raid. TOR, that's TOR, Ghana Water Limited, STC, other SOEs consistently making losses. This is coming from the SIGA boss. We have reduced operational costs and diversify revenue streams. SIGA boss to SOEs. We have Richard Jakpa, 20 armed men raid former BoG Governor Dr Addison's home. And COPT were Adodankwa reassigned as technical advisor to Interior Minister. So that's for ChannelOneNews.com. Let me go to CityNewsroom.com. A few different. We have Afenyomakin visits former BoG governor after national security raid. We have 76 million Ghana cedi allocated to my office is woefully 78 million Ghana cedis allocated to my office is woefully inadequate. Kwachio Fusu is the one speaking there. Issa says 2025 budget offers optimism, but sluggish growth projection is concerning. And top 10 SOEs recorded 11 billion Ghana cedis net loss in 2023. You know, it's better to shut down than to keep hemorrhaging. If a part of your body is hemorrhaging, blood loss, and it's going to kill you, and the surgeons see that if we remove this part and seal it off, we will save your life. Is that not what they do to save your life? No matter how, maybe you are a guitarist and it's your right hand that's hemorrhaging. If they have to cut it off, they'll cut it off to save your life. It's better to live life and figure out a new path to go moving forward than to say, oh no, I'm a guitarist, save my hand. No, don't cut my hand, I'm a guitarist, don't cut my hand, and then you lose your life. I don't know why we have SOEs, the top 10. 11 billion. How much have we been going for in terms of interventions from IMF?
You see, sometimes we throw these figures around like, oh yeah, it's 11 billion. Oh, it's 30 this. But that's, a lot of people will never see that money in their lifetime.
No, ever.
A lot of people will never hold it.
Oh, 99%
not
of
even
the country
in
will not see
pieces.
that.
Not even in pieces.
Yes, exactly.
That, oh, I held some today until I die.
Yeah.
A lot of people will never hold that kind of money. Most people will not.
Yeah.
You know, so you make a very good point. You know, there's a reason why when companies are struggling, in many parts of the world, here they don't like to do it, but many parts they'll file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, you file for it. Yeah.
It's better to at least get something, you know, figure yourself out, go back to the drawing board, be able to pay off staff well, you know, sell off your assets cleanly, than to get to the point where now you're just clamoring for the ashes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that story will develop, but you need to be sensible about how.
No, seriously. Seriously.
need to be sensible how, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to do some details? Do you have
Yes,
anything
so I
that's-
want to take the Labor Ministry and the YEA launches
Okay, sure.
Work Abroad program. That's on page 13 of the Daily Graphic.
Okay.
So let me take us there. So Labor Ministry YEA launch Work Abroad program. The Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment has launched an initiative to migrate Ghana's skilled labor force to work abroad. The Work Abroad program is an initiative of the YEA, which has been designed to create a legal pathway for artisans and workers in the hospitality, transportation, agriculture, construction sectors, among others, to work abroad. Under the initiative, applicants will be screened through an online portal, which will be advertised. Companies recruiting Ghanaian workers will then be required to sign formal agreements with both the destination country and Ghana, the labor exporting country, to protect the rights of Ghanaian workers who travel through the initiative. Workers selected will go through pre-departure training on their rights, cultural adaptation, and professional skills to enhance their competitiveness in the global market while navigating the international work environment. And I mean, a lot of other things in there. They talk about the launch itself, the welfare, Dr. Rashid Popo speaks more about that. There's a labor hub, lots of interesting things. Now, I wanted us to get into this because a lot of people will be saying, like, oh, why are we exporting?
Yeah.
People are going anyway.
Yeah, go anyway.
And it's becoming increasingly difficult to do two things. One, to track the safety of Ghanaian citizens and many citizens around the world who are traveling abroad to go and look for work. Many of them are going illegally, and so they go and fall into the wrong side, the hands of the law. Some people are in prison, some people are doing all sorts of things to pay penance for illegalities they've caused, migration and illegality. And we don't know about it. As Ghana, we don't know. High commissions in those spaces don't know. Right? Then the other thing is the exploitation. People are told, oh, go and pay this. And somebody saves all their life's money, goes to pay, and then it's a scam. Some people are trafficked on the other side of the sea or the desert, depending on what it is. And then, just as a country, we need to know the kind of skill that we have abroad. So that when it gets to a time that we say, okay, we are building our construction sector. Let's bring all Ghanaians who are skilled in construction. This is the offer. Come back. Come and help us build roads. Come and help us build hospitals. Come and help us build schools. We know where to find them. We don't have that data.
So important.
So I think it's a very great thing. I, of course, I'm always for brain gain. I would rather Ghanaians are coming home, but I also understand the challenges in the system. And I understand my privilege, our privilege. The fact that we have jobs here, the fact that we can feed and live here. Many people don't have those privileges, those access to such livelihoods. And so for many people, the truth is that the only option is to go and look for the so-called greener pastures. If our government can help to facilitate that, where they're safe, they're okay, we know what's going on with them, and then if we need them and we are ready, we can bring them back, then I'm all for that.
Yeah, fantastic. Yes, so there's the Richard Jakpa and 20 armed men raid former BoG Governor Dr. Addison's home. I find it troubling, but this is the story. And I'm not reading all of it, just bits and pieces of it. So the raid, which took place on Wednesday, 19th of March, 2025, in the morning, occurred at the Roman Ridge property in Accra. Now, Dr. Addison was at home, when the heavily armed men, some in balaclavas, wielding AK-47 semi-automatic rifles, showed up to conduct a search. Now, Assassin News has gathered that the team from National Security, when they first arrived, immediately disabled the CCTV system at the property. That, for me, is questionable.
Why?
That, for me, raises major questions about your motives.
What are you hiding?
About your motives.
What are you
for
hiding?
the operation, right? That's the first thing. And then he said they demanded that Dr. Addison lead them to the vaults in his house. According to to Assassin Radio, the former governor told them there are no vaults or any such cache of cash in my home. Okay, this did not, however, deter the security personnel who, according to eyewitnesses, went to allegedly ransack the house. And it's not just eyewitnesses, because we've seen photographs of the space being scattered. Then this is where I want to end it. It says here, no vaults were found, no large amounts of cash were also found, according to Asase news sources. After the search yielded no results, they decided to take the CCTV monitor and control unit with them. Yeah, so needless to say, the family are traumatized by the raid.
So I want to know,
yeah,
is this even legal?
Yeah. Is it even legal? Exactly.
Is it constitutional?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to do that?
What warrant did they have to get into that space to do the search?
Where is the search warrant?
Yeah.
And when you are doing, in fact, now more and more, even in Ghana, we've spoken about it, body cams of any kind of security officer.
Yes.
So that you have evidence of the occurrences wherever you went.
Exactly.
For your benefit and your safety as a security officer.
Yes.
But also for that of the person on the other end. In this case, the former BoG governor and his family.
Yeah.
And usually when things like this are going to happen, you have an issue with the former BoG governor, not with his entire lineage.
Yeah, exactly.
And then these people are heavily armed.
Yeah.
Did you have information that he had a stash
Why are you wearing balaclavas? I mean, seriously.
Did you have information that he had a barrage of weapons that would put your life at risk, and so you had to go fully armed, full force?
No.
Was it going to turn into a war?
No.
It's not. And
we grow up.
You see,
as a country.
And you see, this is the thing. Once you enter like that, you've gone with a certain mindset. Now, assuming the former governor had also been combative, now you dealt with them. And then he offended them. That's a potential fatal situation right there. And that is why you don't go in. Oh, I mean, I'm not a security expert, but as a citizen,
some of the things,
this is not something I would see like to see being done to me. And I'm asking, is it constitutional? Is it legal? Is it not an infringement upon the rights of a citizen? That you have some kind of intel. You tell the person, I have this intel. We have a search warrant. We are coming.
Yeah, exactly. Go to court,
we
get
need
a search warrant, and then do
this thing.
You see, and those who are politically minded, who like to do this whole trading back and forth, but you also did this and you also did that. Listen, let's stop it somewhere. As a country that is maturing in its democracy, some of the rubbish must stop somewhere. That's all I want to say. Somebody must be man enough to say it ends here. Anyway, Happy, thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
For riling up my blood this morning. Now I'm boiling.
Yeah.
No, but.
All right, sports is next.